Hey everyone, today we are diving into the Mini Tube amp. I personally think that this might just be the best designed portable DAC and amp I've experienced so far. The amp you see here combines a great design together with a solid build quality. And above all, it has a warm, tube-driven sound that is great for audiophiles and casual listeners alike. So let's quickly start with the design and build quality. It's absolutely top-notch. The Audio Mini offers both a 4.4 balanced and a 3.5 mm single-ended output, and you can toggle between them directly on the device. So to quickly give you a walkthrough, over here you can toggle between single-ended and balanced. Of course, there's a play and pause button, and on the other end it's a volume setting for your source. So it feels very premium, solid and compact, something you would be proud to show off on your desk or even carry with you. So the thing is, everything about this highlights quality, from the materials to the controls, and it's clear that Audio knows how to make a product that is both durable and awesome. So just to give you a sense of the size, I think if I were to compare it to a very standard DAC, what I have here is a iBasso DC04 Pro. You can see that when you stack up, it's actually way larger than a DAC that you carry around. So this gives you a sense that it's not exactly small, it's actually significantly larger, which may not come across when you look at the collaterals and the other images out there. But this gives you the sense, right? It's definitely almost like maybe like 1.5 times larger. Yeah. Now let's talk about the Mini. In terms of power and compatibility, the Mini can handle pretty much anything you throw at it. I have tested it with high-impedance headphones like the HD800S as well as the Empyrean 2, and it delivered more than enough power with plenty to spare. But for IEM users, there is a bit of a catch. If you are using sensitive IEMs, you will notice some hissing. Pairing it with say an IE match adapter will solve this issue. But if you're using something like the IE900, it should work just fine. Just to give you a context, this is the IE match that I'm referring to. Again, I'm just sharing with you so that for users that are not familiar, what this does is that it gives you extra impedance to the device, and on top of that, there's a low and higher that can toggle, and accordingly you actually increase the resistance of your IEM or headphones. If you were to use something like the IE900, again, it's on a 3.5 mm single output, it works just fine. There won't be any hissing. Alright, let's get to the most important part, the sound quality. If you have never tried a tube amp before, you are in for a treat, because firstly, the Mini excels at creating a holographic soundstage. Music feels like it's wrapping around you with some air in between, so it's not as intimate as how a solid state does given a same headphone. The positional accuracy is still fantastic. The treble is smoothed out, which is perfect for headphones like the DT1990 Pro or HD800S that tend to sound a bit peaky. Music becomes analytical and more fun. It's engaging and dynamic, making it great for relaxed listening sessions. Vocals will feel a lot more lifelike, and the bass has a slower decay, so it gives you a more natural, non-offensive feel that is especially noticeable in very bass-heavy tracks. And for people who are unfamiliar, these are the typical characteristics of tube amps, which brings me to the next point. The amp is very forgiving of bad recordings. So unlike the solid state amps, which can be brutally honest, I'm referring to things like your even a simple portable amp like the iBasso or even my desktop topping stack, right? So it will highlight the bad quality of recordings because it's so analytical. But if you're looking for something that prioritizes musicality over an analytical sound, then this is right. So I'm going to start this out to give you a sense of how it looks, because it looks really good, and just also to give you a sense of how it looks like with different headphones. If you take a look, what you will see is that the power on happens when you actually connect this to a device, and it outputs as a USB-A, but then what they do is they do give you a converter that allows you to directly convert it into USB-C, right? So this comes together as a set. And I'm going to use it connected to the power base, which I will also explain a bit more on in a bit. But I think it's actually exciting to see how this works. Take note of a couple of things here. One is that when I power this on, it will light up nicely. I'm not sure if you can see, but what you will notice is that the two tubes inside, and then of course there's a audio. Even on the back you can take a look at it, right? This is how it looks like, and then you can connect it after it's powered on immediately to a headphone. I'm going to use my DT1990 Pro here as an example. One of the main things that I wanted to highlight is that you record that I actually took off this 3.5mm cable before I turn it on. One of the reasons for that is because if not, you will hear a very loud thump sound. So I'm going to give you a sound sample, and this is kind of one of the quirks. It's not a problem, it's more just a typical situation of tube amps where you don't want to connect it and on the power at the same time. Right, so I'm going to let you have an understanding of what I mean by that. So I'm going to switch this off, and I'm bringing the speaker close to the mic now so that you can hear when I on. So there's going to be a sharp sound, so just do a quick listen. Yeah, I think what you just heard, there was a very sharp bump. That's really what we're trying to avoid. So that's why we don't actually connect this directly when we turn on the tube amp, right? So that's just something to be careful about, especially if you're connected to an IEM, and this is not particularly sensitive to begin with. Okay, so that aside, I think what I wanted to show you is it just pairs really nicely, and I really like it personally. So that's what I would suggest, that if you're getting you're considering getting one, do consider the aesthetics as well, because it just looks so good. Now let's talk about the power base that I just showed you, right? So this accessory turns the Mini into a desktop class amp. It's relatively heavy and it doesn't slide around easily, which is kind of a huge plus, because if you were to just connect this around, it's very movable and it becomes a problem, because at the end of the day, if you are plugged in on a computer, you don't want it swinging around. According to Audio, the power base ensures clean power delivery, preventing any electrical interference. I didn't test this claim directly, but the real value for me is in its stability, because it keeps the DAC securely in its place. Especially if you're using it with a clamshell laptop or a desktop setup, this is a good option, right? So some of the quirks, again, I already mentioned to you on the volume piece when you plug in, but there's this other thing, is that if you play something like your phone directly near meaning like maybe like 10 cm within this range, you will hear a bit of static. And so the main thing is, it's not a problem, it's just don't put your phone and stuff near to it, right? Quickly to show you also, the power base comes with a couple of settings. So the AC is directly connected to your source. This is to charge the power base. Currently it's powered on, and of course on and off is here, but essentially this is just kind of like a more stable desktop type of proposition, right? What's the verdict on the audio amp? It's beautifully designed and it's built to last. The sound quality is immersive, warm, and incredibly musical. So I think this is perfect for people who enjoy enjoyment of analytical listening. While it's portable, I really feel that it's more suited for home use, especially when paired with the power base. And all in all, if you're looking for something that delivers the tube amp experience and you don't want to compromise on style or functionality, this is a good choice. And I really like the aesthetics of this, which I've emphasized a lot. So this ticks all the boxes in that regards. Really keep a lookout for some of these technologies, because I do think that it's something that's going to come in the near future. Super interesting, super innovative from Audio. And with that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like it, and let me know if you have any comments, and until next time, happy listening.